global autonomous vehicle market is projected to reach $614 billion by 2030. That's up 61% from the $104 billion generated in 2022.
Tesla stock up in the pre-market almost 2%. Will this continue? Are we seeing Tesla on a massive upswing? For the past week, Tesla's already up over 7%, but has a long way to reclaim those gains from about a month ago, down a little over 11%. I have no idea which direction Tesla will go, but I guarantee you it will be filled with volatility. But let's take a look at last week today, shall we? Tesla's unionization threat. Rivian hires Mercedes-Benz veteran. NIKOLA'S battery fire returns to haunt in Q3 and more. Biggest EV stories of the week. Electric vehicle stocks advanced solidly in the week that ended on November 3rd thanks to the broader market strength facilitated by the Federal Reserve's rate decision and Chair Jerome Powell's dovish commentary at the post-meeting press conference. Here are the key events that happened in the EV space during the week. Tesla faces risk of unionization and more. Fresh off the United Auto Workers win against the Detroit Big Three automakers, the union is mobilizing support for collective bargaining at Tesla's Fremont factory. Following the rumors, Deepwater Asset Management's Gene Munster said Tesla employees would likely vote down the UAW and instead settle for a 20% pay raise. 20% is still a far cry from where Legacy Auto is today. And much like Gene, I see very little chance that the UAW would convince Tesla workers anywhere in the United States that the UAW would be in their best interest. But regardless, pay raises will be due. Techno King Elon Musk said on the Joe Rogan Experience podcast that the annual production capacity of the upcoming Cybertruck will likely be at 200,000 units when production is fully ramped up. He also emphasized the difficulty in the manufacturing due to the truck's unique design. Commenting on Musk's production estimate, CNBC's Mad Money host Jim Cramer said Tesla may not be able to sell even 50,000 units of the 200,000 units that would be produced. I suppose time will tell, Jim. I suppose time will tell. What will you name your Cybertruck? Rivian poaches Mercedes-Benz executive? As Rivian Automotive makes progress with its Georgia plant, which would manufacture its second-generation EVs, the company hired Arnell Mittelbach as its plant manager. Nikola's Q3 loss widens? Struggling EV and hydrogen truck maker Nikola reported a third quarter non-GAAP loss of 30 cents per share, wider than the loss of 28 cents per share a year ago. The loss was double that of the 14-cent loss estimate by the street. FISKER'S volatile week. Notwithstanding the broader market rally this week, the stock started the week sharply lower after electric vehicle suppliers such as Panasonic and ON hinted at more weakness in the EV market. Although it clawed back, the stock fell sharply after the company announced that its chief technology officer was leaving due to personal reasons. The company named insider David King to the post. NIO's Year of Efficiency. Bloomberg reported that Chinese EV startup NIO said in an internal mail that the company plans to cut 10% of jobs in November, targeting duplicate and inefficient jobs. This is tough, but necessary decision against fierce competition. Our journey is a marathon on a muddy track.
For years, we have heard the hype around autonomous vehicles. But the latest advances in tech have accelerated the timeline, bringing what's next, the future of driverless cars, one step closer to mainstream. This is Yahoo Finance's Next. I'm Pras Subramanian. Today we're focusing on driverless cars. The global autonomous vehicle market is projected to reach $614 billion by 2030. That's up 61% from the $104 billion generated in 2022.
That is a low projection, ladies and gentlemen. With the advances of artificial intelligence, this figure should be double, easily a $1 trillion opportunity in 2030. How much of this pie will be consumed by Tesla? Your guess is as good as mine.
As the race for autonomous vehicles picks up speed, trials are underway in cities across America. GM's driverless unit Cruise has 15 trials in the US, and Google's Waymo is operating in 2 cities as well. It's been a long road to get here. So when will driverless cars go mainstream? It all comes down to new technology. The processing power of AI, companies like NVIDIA with new cutting-edge chips for faster processing. Tesla's Dojo supercomputer, which aims to train autonomous vehicles on a much larger scale. And even new sensors from companies like Mobileye that promise to perceive the road like never before.
NVIDIA, Dojo, these 2 elements without a shadow of a doubt are going to change the way we think about the progression of autonomous vehicles. NVIDIA is a no-brainer, you can see that with the stock market. But Dojo's a different beast. It's the only computer of its kind that's focused on video training. Video in, actions out. This is the fulcrum of whether or not FSD sheds that beta tag. Elon Musk's version 12 of FSD is operating solely on video input. Nothing but net. Neural net, that is. I'm sure some of the OG FSD beta testers has some modified version 12 disguised as 11.4. whatever. But once Tesla cracks this nut, it'll be all she wrote. There will be millions of cars on the road that could operate as a Robotaxi. And that $600 billion figure you saw before, set in 2030, yeah, you might be able to bump that up a couple years. That's all I have for you today. Be easy. Peace.